Hey fellas, I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. I've only drafted 2 weeks recently, this past weekend and the weekend before that. Went a bunch of weeks without drafting, partially from not having a lot of money, and then from being sick. Oh, I'll spare you the details on that one. Let's just say it wasn't pretty, and I found out that when it comes to regurgitation, the human body can dig really deep. I'll save you the story. Just leave it at that. So, this is from 2 weeks ago. From here over, first draft of the evening, I tied for first place with this deck. I was very happy with this deck. 2 massive raids, 2 muggings, and Arrows of Justice. Shattering Blow was in there mostly as a filler, but it's playable filler because it will nuke key runes if nothing else, you know. That and since it, you know, so it's not necessarily useless filler. Angelic Edict is just a good removal card. Its only drawback is its sorceries, and oh yeah, 5 mana. But I can live with those, at least in limited. Smite, not bad. Pair of Skin Brands, always nice. A Warmind Infantry, Firefish Striker. I'm growing more attached to the Firefish Striker, to be honest, simply because, wait, on Battalion target dude can't block? Okay, sure. I like it. Foundry Street Denizen, he's mostly a filler card. I don't like him. I really don't. 2 Sky Knight Legionnaires, they're incredibly solid. 2 Sunhome Guild Mages. I believe it's the True Fire Paladin, I believe it is. I like him better for the same mana cost, but I'll be honest, the Sunhome Guild Mage is nasty by itself because it can create armies, it can buff armies, so he's pretty solid. Ember Beast, pretty solid. Wojciech Halberdiers, 3/2 first strike on Battalion. The Halberdiers are okay. I'm not thrilled by them, but they're very solid. I know. I on an emotional level, I underestimate them. I guess that's just me. I don't know. Orduin Veteran is I was going to say he's a beast. No, he's a Minotaur soldier. But trust me, he's a beast. 3/1 double strike on Battalion. Good morning. Good morning. Daring Skyjext, incredibly solid. Skyblinder Staff, it's not bad. It takes a card. I mean, yeah, it's only 1 point power bump, but you throw that on something with flying, or that can easily get flying, like the Skyjack or the Legionnaires, you're doing okay. Razor Tip Whip is just pure filler. It's not a good card by any stretch of the imagination. However, I ended up winning a game off of it. There was at one point my opponent was at 2 life. I had 1 creature. He had 1 creature. I swung. We traded. Second main, I played the Razor Tip Whip, pinged him for 1 in past turn. And the guy's sitting there like, really? And I'm like, yes, it's a crappy card, but I needed it. It was filler. It was filler. And it worked. Like I said, I came in tied for first with this deck. It did really well. Very happy with that. As I'm squaring this thing away. Now I can't remember everything I mean, it was a couple weeks ago and I didn't, you know, take my normal notes. But I did open a breeding pool in that draft. Hung on to that. Obviously didn't go in the deck, but it's a nice card to grab up. Out of the prize pool, I ended up grabbing Assemble the Legion, Frontline Medic, Night Veil Spectre, 5 Alarm Fire, and I picked up a promo Call of the Conclave, which is very nice. Sideboard on this deck, Orzhov Key Rune, bunch of blue that I ended up, I guess, hate drafting. I mean, yeah, I hated 2 Hands of Binding, Metropolis Sprite, Way of the Thief. There really wasn't, I seem to recall, there really was next to nothing in that pack at that point, so I'm like, what's the best card left in there? Way of the Thief. Yoink. Voidwalk can be a pain in the butt, nowhere near as much as Hands of Binding, but it can be a pain in the butt. Frilled Oculus is a solid early play if you're in Simic. I snapped that up late as a hate draft. Leyline Phantom, I think, is just something I got stuck with, really. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a while ago. Green, I hated 2 Watchers at some point or another. Scab Clan Charger, I hate when there was nothing in the pack for me. Wildwood Rebirth, I think was something I just got stuck with. Drakewing Crosses, I think was just a straight up hate draft. I think there may have been something in the pack at that point that I could have taken that I could have used for my deck, but that thing was more dangerous. It's a 3/1 flying trampoline, you know? Simic Guildgate, obviously didn't run it. A second Razor Tip Whip, obviously didn't want nothing to do with a second one of those, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Second draft, and this was weird because I started off, I opened up like a huge demon creature in black. I can't even remember what it's called. I didn't play it. I'll be pretty blunt. I did something really stupid, and that's because I don't trust Dimir, playing Dimir colors, or for that matter, even Simic colors, in draft in this environment. I just don't. And I had I looked at my draft pool, and I had what should have been a reasonably solid, not great, but reasonably solid Dimir build. But I picked up a lot of white and red, so instead I went white, red, and splashed blue. And I didn't do so hot, but at the very least I walked away with a Firemane Avenger as a keeper, which is a cute card. 2 Holy Mantles, I mean, that's freaking awesome. 2 Daring Skyjacks, Boros Elite. Debtor's Pulpit is not something I normally recommend because it's on the high end of the curve, but hey, you know what? Enchanted Land has tap to tap target creature. That's not bad. A Skinbrand, a Scorchwalker, a Martial Glory, an Ember Beast, 2 Hellraiser Goblins, Prophetic Prism for mana fixing, a Boros Keyrune somewhat for mana fixing. Armored Transport's good if you need to get Battalion on a regular basis. Another Razor Tip Whip. Yeah, I was putting in filler. I was kind of desperate to fill out the deck. And the Blue Ice Splash, there was a Hands of Binding, a Sky Games, a Last Thoughts, Metropolis Sprite, a Keymaster Rogue, and a Totally Lost. Totally Lost is actually not a bad card, mind you. It's not a bad card. But I shouldn't have I probably should have went with the Dimir build instead of this. Which, you know, I went with something that I figured I'd feel more comfortable playing, that'd be more like my playstyle, blah blah blah, and I didn't do well with it. I just didn't do well with it. Out of the prize pool with this catastrophe, though, I still ended up with a Stolen Identity, a Glaring Spotlight, Biomass Mutation, and 2 Almond Beasts. Damned if I know what I'm going to do with the Almond Beasts. The Mutation, on the other hand, is kind of playable. You know, I could see that going to certain decks. Now, just to show you how ridiculous this was. Okay, there's 2 more Last Thoughts. A Merfolk of the Depths, Away the Thief, a Sage's Rogue Denizen, a Mortis Strider, 2 Death Cult Rogues. I didn't run them in the main deck because I was only splashing blue. I didn't want to put enough islands in the deck to cast like something with double blue in it. Maybe I should have, I don't know. A Dimir Keyrune, 2 Dimir Charms, 2 Dimir Gates, a Drakewing Process, an Orzhov Gate, Structural Collapse, Scab Clan Charger, and a Contaminated Ground. I mean, you know, that and the collapse and the ground, those are just things you get stuck with. You just get stuck with them. However, you know, since oops, that one dropping stuff all over the place now. Now I got 2 more draft decks, plus this lovely little booster pack that I got when I prepaid for the pre-release for Gate Crash, which is not Gate Crash, pretty far, for Dragon Maze, which is actually looking pretty interesting from the sneak peeks I've seen. So now I'm gonna do this past weekend's decks. You're going to see a little transition here because I'm going to stop the camera and then I'm going to lay out the decks. So here it comes. It's coming. No, really it is. It's the next draft decks. So let's look what we got. All right, here over first draft from this past Friday evening. Once again, tied for first. Gee, what a surprise! Me tying for first with a Boros deck in draft. No, seriously, this is why I trust Boros so much, because I beat people up with them. I do. I try to go anything. I don't try to go. If I'm not trying to go Boros, I swear something goes wrong. I don't know. That, or maybe it's just the second draft crowd just throws me off. I don't know. Once again, a Skyblinder staff. 2 muggings. That's nice removal. Act of Treason. That can turn a game right around. 2 Martial Glories. Boros Charm. Boros Charm's always nice. Ember Beast. He's solid. 3 Armored Transports. I was getting Battalion. Period. Statement ends. 2 Daring Skyjacks. 2 Guardians of the Gateless. That was just bizarre, but I was quite happy with it. Quite happy. Sky Knight Legionnaire. Orduin Veteran. Skinbrand Goblin. Scorch Walker. Beckon Apparition. Assemble the Legion. That's always nice. Oh, and Gift of Orzhova, which was actually my first pick in Pack 1. I don't even remember what the rare was. I passed the damn rare. I just saw Gift of Orzhova there and a whole hum rare, and I'm like, oh, gift. Thank you. Thank you. This Gift of Orzhova is pretty flippin' awesome. Pretty flippin' awesome. Erg. Prize pool, nothing too spectacular. Wrecking Ogre, 5-alarm fire, consuming aberration. Who cares? Nothing great there. It was like a 3-way tie for first, and the other guy just like snapped it all up before me. Oops. Sideboard, Bomber Core. You know, I'm not saying he's bad, but he just doesn't impress me. I'm sure he's really awesome in the Boros Mirror, because Boros has a lot of really good 1 toughness guys. Core Street Denizen didn't make the cut. Shattering Blow, who cares? Cloudfin Raptor, it's a good hate draft. Simic Gate, totally lost. A Mark for Death almost made the cut. Almost. Yeah, it wasn't a hard decision to make, but I didn't like making it anyways. Extract Collapse, Leyline Phantom, Natural Eyes, Primal Visitation, who cares? Wild Rebirth, Coerced Confession, Balustrade Spy, he's pure hate draft in this deck, just pure hate draft, because that guy's nasty. Last Thoughts, Cynic Keyrune, Gruul Gate, a Bioshift, a Structural Collapse. Nothing too spectacular in the sideboard. Like the Balustrade Spy was just pure hate draft. Now, second draft. I did okay with this. Not great, but I did okay. When this deck functioned, it was funny to watch. All sorts of craziness and shenanigans in here. 3 Drakewing. I went Simic, splashed black. Within the first pack, I picked up 3 Drakewing crosses. Didn't see another one after that. But a trio of 3/1 Flying Trample, I'm like, holy crap. Holy crap. And then later, I can't remember if I opened the Fathom Mage or got past it, but I snapped that up. So then I decided to like splash black after I'd picked up like a Devour Flesh in Pack 1, and then in like Pack 2 I had hate drafted 2 of them and the Balustrade Spy, and I also picked up a Killing Glare. So I'm like, sure, why not? Why not? So I splashed black for like 4 removal cards and the Spy. Got a Dimir Guildgate in there to help for the mana fixing, and a Prophetic Prism, so that was nice. Simic Charm. Simic Charm is really nice. It's either a Giant Growth, an Unsummon, or like what? Give all of your dudes hexproof? Yeah, all of your permanents hexproof. That's pretty nice. 1 Hands of Binding. I could have gotten like 2, but I passed 1 up for like a Devour Flesh, I think it was. Hands of Binding is really good, but Devour Flesh is You know, tough call. Totally Lost, nice card. Experiment 1, well, Totally Lost, yeah, it's 5 mana, but it's a massive tempo loss for your opponent, and it is an instant, so that's in his favor. Experiment 1, really nice. Rust Scarab, he was mostly just big filler. Leyline Phantom, he was there because I had a couple of cards with shenanigans on it. Where was my shenanigans? The Fathom Mage had evolve, Experiment 1 had evolve, so I figured if I could, regularly evolve them, that would be nice, especially the Fathom Mage. So, yeah, between the Leyline Phantom and, of course, the Keymaster Rogue's ability to bounce one of your own dudes. Oh, no, knows. Frilled Oculus, he's a good early drop, usually on the defense, but he can go on the offense, and pretty nicely in a pinch. 2 rapid hybridizations. They can either be removal, or if one of your guys is getting removed, it basically it mitigates it, So it's not bad. The Keymaster Rogue is in here because he's unblockable. Millennial Gargoyle, 2 Metropolis Sprites flying. Yay. Evasive guys. It's nice. This deck had a lot of potential. It just didn't really consistently live up to it, which was a shame. But it was fun to play. It really was, especially when it decided it wanted to do things. It was nice. But like I said, not consistent. Prize pool, I picked up a Thespian Stage, a Biomass Mutation, and a Illuminate Primordial. The Primordial, you figure it might see playing EDH, but I haven't seen anyone playing him in EDH yet. Sideboard, Mortis Strider I could have played, I decided not to. Gutter Skulk, a Syndicate Enforcer, a Last Thoughts. Adaptive Snapjaw, I just didn't like, I don't know. Debtor's Pulpit, Whoop-de-doo, Hydroform, Clinging, Anemones, who cares. Horror of the Dim, I wanted to run him because he's a decent sized body, but I ended up not. 1000 Lashes was pure hate draft. I don't like passing those. Skynet Legionnaire, hate draft! Firefish Striker, that was a hate draft. Illness in the Ranks was something I picked up because I know there's a handful of cards in the environment that will generate 1 toughness token creatures, so I grabbed it just in case. Just in case. Riot Gear, it's okay. Sky Games, meh. Keyruin. Keyruin I grabbed up because I knew if I passed it, then the guy to my left would know for a certainty that I wasn't playing Boros. Because I usually play Boros. And if I pass one of those, it's usually a great big signal that says, wait, dude's not playing Boros. Yeah. What else? Also recently picked up a Sorin versus Tybalt. I want to do a review on that. Of course, on the other hand, after I picked up Is It versus Golgari, I wanted to do a review on that, and I haven't yet. We'll see how that works out. In the meantime, one last thing I want to do is I want to crack open that booster pack that I got for pre-registering for the pre-release. Because I can. I've had this pack sitting around sealed. I'm not expecting anything spectacular. I'd love to see something spectacular, but I'm not expecting it. So let's bypass all the commons because we've seen all of them over and over and over by now. So, see what we got here. We have a Dimir Charm. It's not bad. A Sapphire Drake. I wouldn't play it. Looks like it's a cute draft card, but it's kind of high on the curve. A Cartel Aristocrat. Meh. A Gyre Sage. Actually, I know someone was looking for those recently. I hear tell they're seeing play in competitive constructed, so that's interesting. Planes and blue-black horror token. So, I mean, I'm not super impressed with what I got out of this pack, but I wanted to open it, and I did. And that's that. So, I'm going to get all this stuff squared away, and blah, 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 so forth and whatnot. Alright. Be good, kids. Stay safe.